My interest in wildlife photography started about 5 years ago now. I was in a shop and I was looking at the magazines, and I saw the BBC Wildlife magazine on the shelf. It had a really interesting photo on the front and it just drew my attention, and I thought I'll buy it, give it a read, see if I'm interested in it. I couldn't put the thing down, to tell you the truth. I was reading it for the whole day. All of the articles about the animals, the conservation, just really sparked an interest. My name's Arnie Monteith. I'm a wildlife photographer studying marine and natural history photography at Falmouth University. I think for me, photography is a way of expressing the scientific developments in the natural world. So conservation issues, which people are all over the country and the world trying to get these points across, that we're having an effect on the environment and that our impact is going to lead to severe devastation in the coming years. But they aren't able to get this word across without the medium of photography. So photography kind of enables this interest to be sparked throughout the public. I spend a lot of my time outdoors, diving, out with friends in the sea, going swimming, cliff jumping. What else do I do? I really enjoy conservation, going out with local groups, helping animals and trying to conserve our local area and encourage more people to care about the wildlife on our local doorstep, like just out in Britain rather than overseas. A good photo for me is one which I'll remember the next day and for the weeks to come, and it will just stick in my head. If I see a photo and it strikes an emotion with me, then it will encourage me to do something about it, and I hope that's what a good photo would encourage someone else to do. So if you photograph the effects that people have on the environment and people see it and they think, yeah, I want to do something about that because it's not right, then that's a good photo to me. Every photo I take is different. I mean, some are just spontaneous. I'll be out walking with my camera and I might just see a rare species and the photo would just come from nothing. You'll just expect to go out and just enjoy nature, but you end up seeing something which no one's ever seen before. But most photos require a lot of planning and research, and every day I spend out in the wild, I'll spend a day researching my subject, looking at their behaviours, where I'm likely to see them. I'd say my favourite photo is not technically my best photo in terms of the technical qualities of the photo, but it has a good story behind it. 3 years ago I was up in Shetland with a quite ambitious admiration to photograph the Shetland otters, and we were there for 12 days, and every day for 10 days I was out in the freezing cold, in the rain, trying to photograph the otters, waiting for about 5 hours in the morning, 5 hours in the afternoon. As a lot of people said, I had no luck, and on the last day I was there with my parents and they said, should we just go to this island, there's some puffins, some seabirds, we'll just get some nice photos for the last day. And we were on the boat going to the island, and one of the people said that they'd seen some otters recently, and as soon as we got onto the island we saw a female otter going out of the water onto the kelp, and me and my mum led down about 30 metres back from the shoreline, and we just waited to see if it would come any closer. And then all of a sudden she came out of the water with a crab in her mouth and 2 pups were behind her. I really couldn't believe what I was seeing, because I'd waited 10 days, 10 hours each day, and I saw nothing pretty much. And all of a sudden these 3 otters were about 20 yards in front of me, biting each other, just playing with no concern of us being there. And it's just something which every wildlife photographer just dreams of seeing, this natural behaviour. I think the main difficulty involved in wildlife photography is the fact that the animals are wild. You can't control where they're going to be, you can't control their behaviour or if they're even going to show up. Weather is obviously an important factor when taking photos. You don't necessarily have to shoot when it's sunny, you can shoot in the rain. And someone once said to me, there's no such thing as bad weather, just the wrong clothes. There's some amazing animals in Britain, particularly in the sea, things which we would not assume would be there. So we have dolphins and whales off the coast of southern England all of the time. I think with my photography, it's more about photographing the species which most people see as pest species, which we've actually introduced into the UK, and it's our behaviour which is causing them to become more common and affecting their behaviours. You can find my work online on my website, on my Facebook page. I have a Twitter account which I update a lot, so you can keep up to date with what I'm doing, some behind the scenes stuff, and just follow my work to see where my photography takes me.